Hi, my name is Amber Bliss, and I'm running for president. You should vote for me because, just joking, guys. I'm not running for president, but one of you could someday, which is a really awesome thing. Thanks to the changes to the 19th Amendment 100 years ago, the women did not have a right to vote. And now, fast forward 100 years later, we have women mayors, we have women governors, we have all sorts of awesome things. So it's November, and I picked this badge, which is, I'm kind of excited to see if you guys have an interest in it. I think some of you may think it's boring, and I think some of you may think it's super awesome. So tell me about it. Tell me if you love it. I was really surprised at one of our friends, Evelyn, who's in our Girl Scout troop, and I was telling her about it, and she was super excited, and she says she loves government things. So I'm excited for you guys to watch the videos this month. Check everything out. This is what else you have to do. You are going to interview somebody who votes. Ask them why they vote. It's an election month, and that's why we chose this badge. So go find somebody who votes. I vote. Who else votes? I know my mom doesn't, and she's 60 and she's never voted, and voting is really important to me. So my sister's never voted. So I wouldn't ask either of those people probably why they vote, but I might go and ask them why they don't vote. But I do vote, so go and try to find somebody. Ask your parents, your grandparents, whoever you want. If they don't vote, ask them why. If they do vote, ask them why. I want to know all of the answers. So you can record it, you can write it down, send me the information, or just learn for yourself. You don't even have to send it to me, but go and ask somebody why they vote. Number 2, this is what you have to do, is I want you to pitch a campaign for me. So tell me why you would run for president. What is an important topic to you? Why do you want to be president? Why should people vote for you? So find one thing that you're passionate about and tell me. It can be anything. It could be the environment. A lot of people have really big concerns about the environment. So what would you change to make sure that nature is preserved or better? Or maybe you'd want to get rid of it. I don't know. Tell me why. How about school? I know a lot of people are really passionate about school lunches, so maybe you want to do a campaign pitch to other kids telling them why you should be president to make school lunches better. Or maybe you think that they're awesome and you're going to keep them that way. I don't know. You guys tell me, what is your passion? What would you pitch? Why would you want to be president of the United States? Now you can do this in several ways, but I'm going to give you 3 examples. So you can record a video and say, like I did in the beginning, hi, I'm Amber Bliss and I'm running for president, and send me the video. You can draw a picture of a poster and say, this is what is important to me. Maybe your thing is nature or saving an animal species. Maybe draw a picture of that animal so I know what it is that you're passionate about. Or you can just write it out. Write it out on a piece of paper, send me an email, however you want to. So those are the 2 things that you need to actually do to earn the badge work that we're working on. And then I need you to go and watch all of the videos that are on our page. So some of the things that you can click on, and I'm going to have to peek, there's some pictures hanging on the wall of our White House round room. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. I don't even remember, but I did post it in there. It's a very cool room, and it's actually a real room in the White House, which is super cool. All right, what can you click on? There is the White House. There's the Iowa State Capitol building picture. There is the Sioux City City Hall picture hanging up. There is a Vote America thing that's below the chalkboard. There's a vote thing because I need you guys to go and vote for the next badges. You guys are going to decide. Your vote seriously very much counts. So you go and you tell me what badges that you want to work on, because the popular vote, which means the one that gets the most votes, that's what we're going to start doing in January. So this is up to you. It's very important. What activities do you guys want to do? Go vote. There's a picture of the women's suffrage, which is a little video about how women previously weren't allowed to vote and how it's the 100th year celebration of women getting that 19th Amendment changed, so watch that little video. And then there's a game if you go and click on the balloons. So there's a game that actually you can go through and you can do an actual campaign to run for president. So you can learn all about the campaign president. That game does take a while, but it's actually really a lot of fun. I never did finish it to see if I won my presidency or not. So I'm gonna have to finish mine. So why are we doing this, guys? It is a voting month. I went and voted. I did something called a mail-in vote. And what are we voting for? We're voting for government officials. So I voted for president and vice president. That's a little something that maybe you guys have heard of. It's one of the most popular and it only happens every 4 years. So we won't do this badge again probably for another 4 years. So, if you've heard of that, it's kind of an exciting thing to either see if the president who is currently our president will be the president again, or if somebody else will be elected into president. There's several people running, but there's 2 main ones. We also have a STEM activity this month. That's going to be, it's called Sparks Fly is what I'm calling it. So I'm going to give you guys a mint. You're going to go into a really dark space. You're going to put the mint in your mouth and you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to bite into it. And sparks, really, really faint, but it's really cool. Sparks shoot off in your mouth when you're eating this wintergreen mint. And it's the same reaction that happens when there's lightning. So it's really cool. I tried to make a video of it and it didn't work. So it's really like kind of a bright flash, but it still didn't pick it up. So I'm just giving you the mint. You guys do it in a dark room. Tell me if you could see it or not. You'll put it in your mouth, bite it with your mouth kind of open so you can see the sparks and check it out in the mirror. And what is our government? Government's a really big word for something that's important. It's a group of people that live together in a town, a city, and a country, and we all have to follow rules, right? So these rules and the people who make the rules are called the government. The government of the United States is divided into 3 parts. They are called the 3 branches of government. Like parts of a tree are branches in the office of the president. Anyone over the age of 18 can vote for the president of the United States every 4 years. There are 3 big rules about being allowed to be the president. So you have to be born and a citizen of the United States. You have to be at least 35 years old. So you guys have a little bit of time, but I think one of you could definitely run for president. Have lived in the United States for at least 14 years. So all of you are pretty much met these qualifications in a couple of years. So I'm pretty excited. And then the president can be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter where in the United States you live, what you look like, or anything else. Have you ever thought that you'd like to be president one day? I'd like to know. I don't think I'd want to be president, but I think there's a lot of people who would. So maybe one of you would like to. Or do you know someone who you think would be a great president? Who do you guys think would be a good president? Maybe anybody in your life that you know that you think is would make really good decisions and make really good laws. Every president moves into the White House. So I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of the White House. There's a really small one on our page this month. It's a special house at the Capitol of the United States, which is in Washington, D.C. They live and they work there until a new president is elected. All state government and federal government are made up of 3 parts, which we already kind of talked about. These parts are called the branches of government, which we mentioned earlier. And you can kind of think of them as a tree. There's legislative, executive, and judicial. The government is divided this way to make sure that the power is equally shared, so that no part has too much power. So the legislative branch makes the laws, the executive branch makes sure that the laws are carried out, and the judicial branch decides what the law means if there are any questions. So the legislative branch of the government is called Congress. Congress is made up of 2 parts, the House of Representatives and the Senate. This is part of our government that makes laws. So that's another position that we voted for. In the state of Iowa, we voted for a senator. So that's another position that was open that the public gets to vote for. Congress meets in Washington, D.C. The Senate meets in one side of the building, and the House of Representatives meets in the other. The president is also considered part of the executive branch, who you guys go and watch the videos, because I'm only just learning about this stuff, just like you guys, and I find it really fascinating. So anyways, go do these activities. Tell me if you have a passion for politics and for the government. Watch the videos. If you watch the videos and do any of the activities, you get to earn a really cool badges. The pictures of our badges are on our November page, which is where you are if you're seeing this video. So check it out. I can't wait to hear if you enjoy the last of our civics badge. And this badge is going to be awesome because it's talking about the government, and maybe it's something that you have an interest in, or maybe it's something that you don't know a lot about. I know a lot of times our local government officials have their offices in a city hall, and our city hall and a lot of our government buildings are downtown. Over here behind me, that's a federal government building. There's another courthouse, which is other local stuff, and I'm going to talk to you more about our badge work later. Alright, so if you guys were wondering why I chose to do democracy this month, it's because it's an election year, so we are voting for a lot of different things. One really big one that maybe you've heard of is the president of the United States. It's an election year, and that doesn't happen every year. That happens every 4 years, and so it's kind of a special thing. So I already voted. I did a little something called a mail-in ballot, and I dropped mine in that little box right there. So the other day, I brought it down here, and I decided just to drop it off rather than put it in the mail, and that's a thing that you can do. But there's also a lot of different polling places, so we'll talk more about that in a little bit. A mail-in ballot to vote, but I'm going to drop it off here in this box, which is the official ballot box.